Yeah. Blitz, twist, the cup time has come. Assemble a team, ain't trying to get some. Blast from a huge gun, feel like a bad man. Never give up, son, you raise a tough run. Fire and ice. Write your story, nothing can stop you on the way to glory. So lead your team on a grill 15. Straight to the win like a raid machine. Reach to the top, you're gonna fall. Try not to stop, you're gonna fall. Get up and stand up, no backup, just land up. You're fed up, it's messed up, but you gonna brawl. You lost, you won, you think you're done. You clash, you run, you're champion. The time will pass, your name will last. So prove you must be the one of us. Who's in your team? Right arm to market, together one bullet. Hitting a target no matter the age, no matter the race. Overcome difficulties you're gonna face. Sustain yourself and prove your skill. Making your way to the final thrill. Winners will rock, so don't you stop. And reach to the top of Blitz, twist the cup.
You know, I think that surprisingly is better now than it was then. I think. Because we can listen to it ironically. Oh my god! Good. Whatever Dickens time of day it happens to be where you are. This is Rolling Swarm. We are going in live imminently. On the Asia server, it's the PYS Prove Your Skill Tournament 2 on the Asia server. We're coming in at the second stage, and we'll be covering the third stage of PYS 2 on the Asia server tomorrow, same time. So loads of tournament action. The stream, as always, is running on a 3-minute delay to prevent that good old-fashioned stream sniping. Not that we would dare accuse anyone or any team of stooping to such levels of depravity. However, it is a formality, and it's always good to cover those bases, so there is that 3-minute delay, and I will be seeing whether the stream is connecting to YouTube. We've been having some issues on some test streams earlier in the week, and that's why I'm trying to schedule these streams to start a little bit before the tournament action kicks off, so we can make sure we've got our bases covered. So, let's just roll that little whatever the dickens this clip is. We're here. Hello. The delay is coming in oh so soon. It's so good to be here. I hope everything is good on the audio front. Certainly the visuals are looking absolutely fine. You join me this fine late summer afternoon in my Asia server garage, and as such we're not as well equipped in the Asia server as we are in the EU server. Let's put it this way: we got our World of Tanks Blitz Mouse Evolution t-shirt because we've been eating all of the pies during lockdown, and we now identify as a mouse tank. So, good afternoon. I don't know which group I'm going to be following today, but I had a quick tour de force of the clan leaderboards on the Asia server, as well as just AMP immediately clocks what song we played at the beginning of the stream, and it is an absolute banger in its own special way. So I had a tour de force of the clan leaderboards. I've been looking at the groups. I don't know which group we're going to be following, like I said. However, and just before we get there, also Wild One is streaming. I don't think he knows which group he's covering either. So the first stage, just for those of you, maybe this is your first stream in this particular autumn season, what Wargaming are doing is basically the first stage, all matchmaking in the PYS is strongest versus weakest. They're using tier 10 total average win rate data to calculate the win rate of the players, which then they're seeding. So it's a significant improvement on global win rate. It's just tier 10 average win rate now, which is it's good. And what we're doing is the first stage is a double elimination, groups of 4. best of 3. Second stage is also double elimination, groups of 4, best of 3. First, the top 2 from each group in the first stage advance, the top 2 from each group in the second stage advance, and then the third stage, it's single elimination, best of 5, groups of 8. So this format's pretty good at kind of sifting teams, and the new win rate seeding's really good. And I had a look actually. Let's have a quick. What we can do before we kick off is we can hop on over. God, I hope this works. It does work. Yes, champion. We can hop on over to the wotblitz.asia.whatever website address and just see. Basically, from my perspective, I'm mostly going to be focusing on the top 8. I mean, the Asia server, as with all servers, it's really good to see the server evolving. But we're seeing like a even a deeper tournament field now, the lower echelon, and even there's some pretty good rewards actually for the lower echelon and the middle echelon. Like when we kind of go into the Blitz Cup stage, there's going to be some really cool. Rewards and things like for players, which we can have a look at between matches today. I don't think we'll have enough time before, but yeah, we're seeing some pretty good depth of field in Asia as well. It's the usual. I mean, even for me, kind of a year out of the comp scene, I'm recognizing ID, HLV, RN, Feast, and E7. GV, I don't recall that tag, but clearly they've done well in the past. Nice to see like lots of unique reward clan logos going in on the Asia server. That's really, really cool. And let's just have a look at the fixtures that are coming up. The seeding's good. Like, I'm not seeing any of the big names really matched up. I mean, King GV, that could be quite an interesting one. But I'm not sort of seeing any initial fixtures that are like terrifyingly premature, shall we say, with very good teams meeting early on. This is the second stage. We've got... No, that was the first stage. Okay, so second stage, we've got 4 groups. Groups of 4.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Super chat detected.
Oh. Happy birthday, Rolling. Is it your birthday? It's not my birthday. It was the channel's birthday recently, which I did not know. I did not know that my YouTube channel had a birthday, but YouTube was keen to remind me that it does. It's not my birthday! It's not my birthday! Oh my god. How do I help? It's not my B-day though. XD. It's nice everyone kind of jumped on that. So yeah, there's 4 groups. I don't know which group we're following. And actually, this is something Wild said, is like kind of all groups are groups of death. I mean, RN, HLV, Feast ID, we've got maybe group 3. I don't know enough about these teams actually. This E7 GV, I don't know if there's any groups here which are... Oh, it's a Feast tradition. Amazing. Well, in which case, if it's a tradition, then say no more. Let's just roll with it. Pardon the self-indulgent pun. Now, the invite will be coming through in about 7 minutes or so. I hope the stream will be good too. I really do. I really hope I can deliver some quality content. It's going to be interesting. We're going to see a pretty good series of games. Truth be told, I am very much looking forward to it. I kind of hope I've got Group 2, just so we can follow Feast, which is my spiritual home on the Asia server. I've been in Feast since I made an account on the Asia server, which I actually have no idea when that was. But all of the groups look pretty... There's some very good teams. It's really nice to see Asia server. And ironically, although you know, the Asian server, as one of the smaller servers, gets a lot of stick. Maybe for not being quite as competitive in the tournament scene as, for example, EU, CIS, or North America. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that the kind of the top tier talent on Asia server does play to a very good standard and is always improving. You know, that gap is always getting smaller. And what I love about the Asian server is that and we've seen this in the last couple of like Twister Cups and even Blitz Cup last year, is that there's no one team that ever like runs away with it. For example, on Russia, like, you know, like there was C4 or 7-star. On EU, we had like dominant teams like Legion, Endgame earlier on. North America, it's always been Rain, Pramo. On Asia, it's always been like there's not really ever been like a sort of a dynasty that's held titles over consecutive years. Feast probably are the, you know, they've had multiple championships on Asia, but it's never been like a clear cut in the qualifying or the top 8. Like, it's always been a battle. The competition on Asia is always fierce, and I think that makes for really, 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 really good viewing experience. So I've always enjoyed commentating Asia server. Someone is saying Happy Valentine's Day. Now that is definitely not Valentine's Day. Let's just see if we can get the cam. I don't know if that's actually made it better or worse, but I feel better for it. There we go. Just faffing around with the webcam while we wait for that good old invite. So Ultimate Bait, you're more than welcome to clip anything from this, as long as it's used responsibly. Please God, please God, use it responsibly. Modern Prince, good to see you. That invite is imminent, absolutely imminent. Let's see, how old is my Asia server account? We've had a quick look at the teams. I don't know what. How do I see when my account was made? Do I... Where? How? Who? You know what? I actually don't know. If it's possible to see it on my own one. Do I have any decent avatars? The answer to that is not really. The answer to that is not really. We'll just stick with our Spartan one. I thought there was like a you made your account at this time. Ooh, intriguing. Hello, hello, hello. Happy birthday. You too, mate. You too. Let's see. Well, let's open our boxes and whatnot. So we've just going to go through the formalities of getting rid of all of these little tick marks, and the store has gone absolutely freaking mental as of late. Actually, you know what I can do? I can find out when my account was made on Blitzstars. Blitzstars.com, by the way. It is a great website for following stuff. Rolling Swarm from Feast. Oh, I got mad stats on Asia, I think. Yeah, man. 4K win 8. Does it tell me when this account was made? It does not. It does not. It's been I've had it since at least 2018. I think maybe I made this for the I've had it since 2018, since I was doing the tournament coverage for Twister back then. That was the season before we went to Minsk, actually. So It's been pretty cool. And look, I've played some battles. I've even got a tier 9. I've got some premiums on here. I hardly ever use this account. I'm just going to sit here and wait for that good old tournament invite. I might try and log into Blitz Stars. Abraham Razi is just confirming. Napoleon blown apart. Ultimate Bait says fix your eyebrow. Is there something there? Nope, no idea. Anyway. Just got weird eyebrows apparently. Let's see. I'm going to try and log into BlitzStars. Good old two-factor authentication for everything is just such a pain. Boom, we're in. We are in. Home screen. I went on my home screen. It doesn't tell me. Ah, it was made on the 25th of September 2018. There we go. Yeah, I don't think we can see it myself. Oh, we're in. We're in. Who are we following? GV and King. Okay, let's have a look. What room is that? We are in Group 4. Okay, we're not following Feast. That makes sense. That's fair. And as always, just so you know, I never ask to follow a particular team. I always say to Wargaming, like, whoever you would like me to follow, put me to follow them. I prefer to rotate coverage anyway. Oh, we've got King, E7, GV, and this is going to be a really, really good group. King are Melon Usk. That looks like Elon Musk. We're going to call him Elon Musk. Musk. Dwayne Dwanson. Oh man, this is going to be. There's going to be some fun names in there. E7. I think E7 are the favorites in this group. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Great Viet. It's pretty solid. There's some pretty solid win rates in there. And Laos. Interesting. I think Group 4, we've got like some really good teams here. If anyone's got any pertinent information they would care to share my way, please do. We're first up. We are in Vineyards. Vineyards of all things. Mid-strats, please. Mid-strats, por favor. Here we are. This is the Vineyards map we're playing. This is a best of 3 series. So Ultimate Bait says, yeah, you know what? It's my account's birthday next Saturday. So a happy birthday then will be valid from everyone next Saturday. We got some. Yeah, we got 20 people watching, which is pretty bueno. We've got 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. So let's just talk about Vineyards. Oh, we've got like a little pink cursor. That's nice. We're going to be starting off. GV will be playing from the south spawn, and King will be playing from the north spawn. Like we've seen, I mean, I've only watched one tournament game so far this autumn season. One tournament day. And that was day 3 of PYS 1 on the EU server. And I'm really, really looking forward to see the evolution of the meta. Certainly, the it looks like Asia server is following trend. There's a good chunk, the core of Yos, GV rocking 3 Yos. Looks like there's going to be 1 Vickers, IS7, Kranwagen, 50B. 50Bs, actually, I'm seeing a lot more of those than I would expect. The Kranwagen, I still can't shake the feeling that the Kranwagen, the low DPM and the nerf to the turret traverse, and having Yos in the mix, I don't understand why people are bringing Crown Wagons, but, you know, maybe it will hold true. Maybe it will find its niche, its place in the Yo meta. Vickers, both teams bringing a Vickers for spotting. That makes perfect sense. Vineyards is a map with, I mean, 2 kind of city areas, but lots of open field terrain, lots of opportunities for sniping, and the mobility of the Vickers will enable south spawn for quick cap on B, north spawn for quick cap on A, whilst also getting information. That kind of that initial 30 seconds, getting information, trying to see rotations from one spawn into kind of the key city areas. Not sure where the main action is going to break down in this particular match. Looking at the team lineups, though, I like King, and this is, we've seen the WZ-113, the Wheezy 113. It's fast, it's got great DPM, it's got a surprisingly sort of troll side armor profile. I think it's a natural sort of counter to this sort of M6 Yo spam that we're seeing. Now let's just disappear like magic. Oh no, okay, fair enough. We're not disappearing. Let's try disappearing again. There we go, magic. And now we are going in for the first battle today between two top teams. It's GV versus King. I believe GV go into this one. Actually, I don't know. I don't know who the favorite is here. Lineup-wise, I prefer what King are bringing to the party. I think this triple 113 Vickers IS-7 is going to be a lot more sort of durable, has got like a lot more sort of punching power. I wonder how long it will take for us to load into the game, whether we'll miss the first 10-15 seconds of action. Certainly it remains to be seen. Come on, let me in. Come on, let me in. I'm sure we're missing some pretty key stuff right now. I don't know what we're missing, though. Okay, we missed quite a bit. But it's okay, because we're here now. We are here now. It is King, blue team, north spawn, up against GV, red team, south spawn. We are seeing Sukuna and Nadoto quick capping A into cap lead for King. Ho Chi Minh and Doha, the Yos, taking a bit of damage for GV. No one bleeding HP from King's side. King with a really nice 113 control on the corner here. And GV will be sneaking the cap lead. Professor in the Vickers. Valiant. Lovely camo. Absolutely gorgeous camo on the Vickers. He's trying to get some information. Remnant Violet has taken a bit of damage. In a bit of an awkward spot here, actually, these two. They're liable to get... I'm not sure I like what King have done with this anymore. Because they don't really have support down there. Oh, they do, as Dwayne Donson is moving, rotating round. But Ho Chi Minh and Berlin could flank up from Nubich. And the turret traverse nerf. Now that the Crown Wagon really strong head on. Like that armor profile is beautiful, especially when fighting sort of downhill ridge fighting. But the sides of the turret, and you can see that's where he was tagged, right there, is quite vulnerable. And having a slow turret traverse means you're just that much slower getting the angle on rotation. Hit points more or less the same, slight lead for King, but King are falling behind quite significantly now on cap points as GV, red team playing out at South Spawn, get that double cap, that CB ticking over. Sukuna, though, has forced off Professor, and Professor's making the rotation. Looks like GV are about to make a push. Berlin, yeah, they are making that push. We said that. I didn't like the position of the 113s. King will have to do something. They're going to have to deal. They're going to have to start killing guns or making some pressure, but they're now in trouble. Remnant Violet potentially getting shut down. Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh looking for Remnant Violet. Oh, I'm not so sure I like this focus fire from GV. They've let Remnant Violet get out. Capricorn, though, on the reload is able to finish off Remnant Violet. GV, seconds, moments away from victory. And they will secure it. Using the double cap pressure, taking down a gun, good map control, nice rotation, bringing in Professor and the Vickers and the Yo to push through the city on those 113s. And I think that was a real error by King. And those 113s didn't have a lot of options. Didn't have a lot of options on that flank. Ultimate Bait saying GV, HLV, E7, EA, and NQE7 are the strongest ones. Strongest teams, as he would guess. But no, GV and King. Well, yeah, King. It was that one. Those 113s left isolated. I don't know if I've got time. Let me bring up the. Here we are. You can see it. Basically, King. They were playing from the south spawn this time. They put double 113s here, and they were getting some cross shots in here. And I called it early on. I said, like, they're vulnerable to a push here. They didn't have any elements really in support here, and it was a nice read from GV. They rotated their Vickers. The Vickers Cap C rotated all the way through the backfield, came here, and then they had a Yo, an IS-7, and the Vickers push here, and they had another Yo push down here, and they got nice. They traded very effectively. They got the gun, took the gun down, which gave them an extra 40 cap points, pushed them over to a 1,000 pretty comfortably. And I think even if we didn't have the cap pressure, if memory serves correctly, the gun advantage, the hit point trading that GV were doing would have won out over King in the long run, I think, anyway. And so King leaving themselves with a pretty key weakness. That'll be something for them to consider for future matches on this map. If you're going to be that close to the city, you need backup for the tanks there. And I think having both of those tanks in the same spot might have been an error. And now, do we manage to get into the room? Will we get into the battle before it starts? Oh, yes! We are a success. Amazing. GV red team north spawn this time. Up against King blue team south spawn. Match point to GV. This is a best of 3 series. Double elimination though, so even if King lose this one, they're not out of the fight completely. King sending Sakuna in the Vickers, quick capping. We're seeing Professor in the E50M. There is a bit of a switch up here. They've just traded the Vickers for the E50M. That's what GV have done. King have kept more or less the same lineup, although they've dropped a Yo, or they've dropped an IS-7. They've dropped the IS-7, sorry, for Weaboat in the back chat 25. He is found by Tokyo, but Tokyo is getting a lot of fire in return. That 50B now potentially in a lot of trouble. King using these 113s aggressively, and Ho Chi Minh smelling blood in the water. It's a cap lead for GV again. No double cap. And no one's really threatening C. I like King's positioning. Sakuna is, though. Sakuna's going to make a gambit for C. Sakuna, blue team for King, going for the C spawn. Berlin coming under. Berlin could be in trouble here. I don't think he anticipated E-Girls ruining my life and the Holiday being there. And they are about to have an absolute field day. Conquistador has gone down. King with a gun disadvantage. In comes Nubbich. Nubbich hitting E-Girls, ruining my life. Arnado and Remnant Violet pushing over. Berlin in the IS-7 holding on really well, but here comes the cavalry from GV. All of those Yo, the massive DPM, and it's a 2-gun advantage. 1-gun advantage. Berlin holding on super well in the IS-7. Doha, the next call for King, but I mean, if we look at the hit points and the gun advantage here, it's a 5-on-4, but there's a huge hit point advantage for GV, and the E50M is going to try and bully Sakuna. E-Girls running my life has been taken down, and that's kind of good because that's a really long name, but there goes Professor. It's, yeah, I want to call it. As soon as Holiday goes down, does Sakuna make it? Sakuna does not make it. Tokyo will find Sakuna. And there goes Holiday, and now Weabot in the back chat 25T. If he wins this, I would literally buy him Discord Premium for a year. Nitro. Well, that's what it's called. I don't think he's going to make it, though, Pete. And I don't have to buy him Discord Nitro for a year. But that is... I'm going to put that on the table. I am going to put that on the table as an offer. If we ever have... If there's ever a massive clutch situation and I say, like, there's no way he can win it, but if he does, I'll buy that person Discord Nitro for a year. You can hold me to that. You can hold me to that. We're going to have some rolling swarm rewards for some mad clutch games. Alright. Great performance by GV. Really, really comfortable, dominant. First game, really, really locking in that sort of oh hey, look, gold. I don't need anything. I don't need anything on this on this server. But yeah, GV, dominant map and capture draw game 1, and then game 2, just a really good trading, really good gun game. And I think props have to go to Berlin in the IS-7 for holding on. And I think the IS-7 post nerf, or like the most recent round of changes that have occurred to that tank, it's pretty durable. And now with heavy tanks such as the E5, the FE215B, and the Kranwagen having that turret traverse nerf, it's kind of been an inadvertent buff to the IS-7. And I mean, the IS-7 is still a pretty solid tier 10 heavy with some Russian bias. The gun is not good, but the tank, for certain roles in tournaments, it does have its niche moments. And I think Berlin could give himself a pat on the back for that one. So let's just have a quick look-see when the next match is going to be. Okay, we've got 20 minutes or so before the next match. Yeah, so the invite will be out in about 15 minutes, which is pretty cool. Who's messaging me? Thank you, buddy. It's good to be back. It is good to be back. What's happening here? What's this? Oh, that's interesting. I'll watch that later on. What does this say? What is this? Is it going to load? Will it ever load? Help your teammate win. Okay. I can get behind that. Oh my god. There's a fly in this study and it is harassing me. I am being harassed. Well, let's prepare and see what the next map is actually going to be. Black Goldville followed by Yukon. Interesting. Yukon could be a pretty interesting tiebreaker with the current meta. So I'm just going to make sure I've got my Black Goldville map up. There we go. Boom. Black Goldville ready. Amazing. So, do we have any results to talk about? Sure we do. Yeah, some results are in. Let's hop on over. Spoiler alert, if anyone's wondering. Rotanova beat Salmon Sad, which is a great clan name and a great team name, and Fish logo together is pretty good. We saw GV beat King, ID dispatching IV, Feast beating ECG, Ho, Team Ho, losing to Herpes. Oh, beating Herpes. Hey, Team Ho beat Herpes. There is not many times you'll get to say that in an esports context. Probably that might be the first and only time that we can say that Ho beat Herpes, which is just magical. There are just some really magical moments in this game. E7 dispatching Laos. No tiebreakers. Really interesting to see that there's no tiebreakers. Sorry, I am still amused. I am still having a good time with those team names. Condolences to Herpes. Probably, gave it quite a persistent fight. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I think there's still a few more results pending. Or maybe there's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's two more. There's 2 more fixtures. Upper bracket semi-final. So yeah, we're still waiting on. We're still waiting on. It says battles in progress here. I am having a bit of a special moment. HLV versus Dur and EA versus NQE7. But enough of that. We will double check and see, because there's a couple of ones which are coming at there's a couple of games at 1:15 which we might be covering. And I'm guessing we're not covering the ones that I guess we're not covering the loser brackets. Rogue, sit down. Sure, the dog is having an absolute field day with this blanket. Hey, lie down. So I'm guessing that we're not going to be seeing these, because this has already started. So I am guessing that we're going to see E7 versus GV, which will be a very interesting fixture. Buttons, hello! Simon L, good to see you, buddy. I need like a can of Piff Paff or something. I am being harassed. We've got time for a replay, because I guess we're not getting an invite to the lower bracket. So we're just going to see the winner brackets in each instance, unless this was an invite that I missed. The answer is it was not. There is a replay that I think we will see. Let me bring that up, because someone, and if you want to send your replay in, we are doing a lot of replays, especially on the Asia server where I cannot play on PC controls with like 300 ping to save my life. Someone has sent a replay of a Object 907, which I am well up for viewing. So this is 49 div. I think this is on the EU server. In their 907 Ruthless. So at the very least, we're going to get to see what the new camo on that looks like, which is cool. And this should take us nicely up into the invite for the next one. Hey Mish, good to see you, buddy. Can we see the team compositions? It's 2 9s, 5 10s, 3 TDs a pop, 1 medium on the field. His opposite number is an E50M, which is pretty strong in the current game version. The E50M getting some not so subtle buffs, and it didn't really need any sort of help. It's already a really good medium, just not necessarily tournament meta. Liking the mobility on the 907 so far. He's biding his time, he's looking, he's thinking about a shot. Greens are getting a nice cap off on C. Enemy Jaeger taking some fire. There's the E50M. Beautiful. Nice gun handling. The armor profile on this thing, it's got that, it's kind of like that, almost like the T22, like a sort of a pike nose, but it's a bit flat in the middle. I'm noticing this now. This is my first time watching one of these in action, so we're learning together. The green mouse, who is that? That's someone from the Bilal clan. Is doing a great job kind of holding the flank. Has denied that 50B the opportunity to push in. Now we know that the E50M is over in the window, so we're kind of feeling good about pushing on this 50B, although the 50B has said, you know what, I feel kind of good about pushing on you too. Nice mobility, actually. Nice mobility. Oh, someone's behind him. And he's not looking to see who's behind him. It is the E50M has rotated round. He's pushing. The 50B is still alive. Our man was a bit gutsy. I dare say. Not shutting that tank down faster. I think he kind of left him there on one shot for a bit longer than was necessary. Green's gun advantage. Our man's hit 2k already. With one. Making a nice wide rotation. All three of the red TDs are on the minimap. He's going to try and go for the caps. Not... Yeah, X-Ray Alpha 03. 03 saying 3 noobs. Enemy team all on the minimap here. It's now a 3-on-4. The red team have turned it round. Mouse and the VT have played pretty well though. Hamish is Simon L is here. Catastrophic Cannon, long time no see. I'm glad I could brighten up your day with a stream. Is it 6:15 a.m.? Jesus, you are an early bird. The Rogue Cam is not working. Partly because I donated my old Rogue. It's basically an older webcam. Donated it to the missus for her home office during COVID. So maybe if I get an upgraded webcam, I can then, this webcam I'm using at the moment can become the Rogue Cam. 3-3. T57 saying they have to come for you. Now there's a 3-shot Mark 6 and a full HP 183. Let's see, there's the Chieftain. Nice. The angle you can get off it kind of reminded me a bit of the 4202. Certainly it feels more bouncy than the T22. The T22's front plate is just an absolute liability. Like the T22 is a tank you want to drive backwards at the enemy. And the FV183 should be able to pop off the mouse here quite easily and comfortably. But now the 907, this is going to be interesting to see. Like it's fast, and the turret, the traverse numbers, they look good. They don't look brilliant. Like I've seen better, but that thing it's pretty nimble. I mean, the FV183 is maybe not the best target for sort of testing out such a thing, because once you're behind the FV183 in a medium, it is fast. And it's really easy. The Violent Bananas is GG. Does the FV come? Does the VT come for a cheap kill steal? He tried it. That is cheeky. But I mean, to be fair, the VT played pretty well. Let's see. That was a mastery. Yeah, we'll take a friend request. The VT was all right. The mouse did good. Enemy VT and the Mark 6 did pretty good. I think this is, yeah, it's on the EU service. We can't see the stats. The invite will be coming through in a few minutes, so I'm not going to jump into another replay. Sorry, we're not taking, no. CX. Wishing us a happy birthday. That's the old tournament invite. Gosh darn it. Let's have a look. Let's just go and let's go and have a look at the old strat sketch. Hashtag rolling for Minsk. So this is Black Goldville, and the tiebreaker is going to be Yukon, and I think E7 and GV. I don't know how well matched they are. I think E7 come into it as the favourites. I'd quite like to see a tiebreaker. I love the pressure. Of course, it's double elimination. Both teams are on the back of a win, so even if one of them, even if they lose that fixture, this upcoming fixture, there's still a shot for them to stay in. Bearing in mind that the second stage, the stage we're watching now, it's groups of 4, double elimination. The top 2 teams advance. So whoever wins this match has definitely booked themselves a spot in the final, the third stage of PYS 2 on the Asia server tomorrow. But yeah, Black Goldville, it's going to be interesting. I mean, the Yo as a platform is pretty nimble. It's got really good gun depression. So, I mean, there's a lot of undulating terrain on Black Goldville in general. There's a lot of like kind of soft cover in particular that you can leverage for getting off surprise damage. And I think that the Yo, it's an extremely solid tank all round anyway. But the kind of the typical aspects of this map, lots of undulating terrain, like with bits of cover that you can fire over with the height of the Yo. Nice sweeping gradients from the spawn up to this kind of this cave area. This map we're definitely going to see Yo tanks being used here. I can't imagine a reality where there is no Yo on show here in the upcoming match on Black Goldville. Again, Vickers could be quite good, but I think this map, it's not one of those ones like Vineyards. There's lots of opportunities for rotation, and I don't think teams will be looking to do big rotations here. The fighting areas are kind of like vortexes on this. You know, if teams sort of commit, because the kind of the fighting areas are quite separate and staggered. Like A is pretty standalone-ish. This kind of, you've got like a sort of a triangle, well, not a triangle, a triangle-ish, a very round triangle, almost like a circle here around A. Then you've kind of got like this open area here. Then you've got B is down in this ditch, it's pretty separate here, and then C is a distinct city environment. There's almost like 3 or 4 fairly self-contained fighting areas. Now, if an enemy team overcommits and is going to definitely get a gun advantage by shutting down a couple of your guns in one of those areas, the only thing you can really do is to counter by also committing. So my impression from this kind of map, and certainly the meta that we're seeing with lots of burst damage and lots of sort of heavy tanks that once they're in play, like, okay, they're not like super slow, but relocating and like kind of disengaging them, re-engaging from another angle is not on the table for them as much. I do think we're going to be seeing a bit more. Oh, Martin Prince absolutely smashing RNGesus with that 907. 3 crates for £9. That is half no bueno. That is very good. That's the tournament room. It is GV versus E7. We're gonna just duck out. We've dropped in. We got ready. So yeah, I think wherever the kind of the tanks go, the engagement will break down, and we'll see tanks sort of piling in either on A or on B, or kind of like one of those 4 areas I mentioned earlier. That's what I'm expecting. Of course, teams may have a very different game plan, and things may pan out very differently. But what I'm anticipating is that kind of leaning on the Yo, and because of those pile-ins, and because like rotation's not sort of super on the cards, I might not expect any Vickers, or maybe one team will bring a Vickers and the other one will counter it with something like 4202 or an STB or a T22. I think the kind of those mediums will be able to hang a little bit better in the sort of brawls that I'm anticipating to occur on this map. Certainly like the 4202, the STB, maybe not the STB. There's not sort of any. I'm interested. I am. First things first. I'm interested to see how the teams are going to construct those their actual like force compositions. Martin Prince says it's a very good tank, but he's not a very good player. Don't put yourself down. You know. What is a thumb and claw sock? Actually, I've just read that. I am intrigued. I am intrigued. Let's hop in to the room and let's just put the mini map there. Ooh, interesting. GV are going with the 50B. Now the 50B has got pretty good DPM. It's not quite as durable as the Yo. I mean, it's a lot softer. It doesn't bounce as many shots, but it is more mobile, and that mobility will give GV an element they can leverage. Of course, they're going to have to be very careful against E7. But if E7 take too slow a lineup, they may find themselves outmaneuvered. Nub Itch going in the VK 9001P. Now the VK is pretty good post buff. That's a while back now. It's a solid tank. I like this. I'm surprised that the Vic is being used. Actually, I'm not surprised. I just think in the same way that we're going to see an evolution of kind of tank combinations to counter like over-reliance on Yo spam, we're going to start seeing more medium tanks being put into play to kind of counter the Vickers. Or maybe like a different combination of heavies and mediums. It's really interesting to note that we are seeing very, very few TDs, few to no TDs in this 2021 autumn season meta thus far. I can't really think back on any memorable TD picks from the EU stream that I did earlier in the week. And we haven't seen any TDs yet. It's the same sort of tanks being juggled, and well, GV, speaking of tanks being juggled, they've dropped a 50B for an IS-7. And that's Berlin, and he had a good run in the IS-7 on the second Vineyards game. E7, and they've got an extra Yo, they've got a Crown Wagon, both team with 1 Vickers. Crown Desert Rose and Nuggies. GV are going to be the slightly faster team. E7 are going to be a bit more punchy. Both teams bringing 1 Russian heavy into the mix. I am cautiously optimistic for some good gameplay here. Onward we go. We're in. I think Ho Chi Minh is really... I'm really sad that he's using the new Pro avatar instead of the old one. They're so close to having... The GV is so close to having a uniform display of avatars. E7... Oh, come on, load me in. Let me in! Let me in! God damn it. Well. Okay, we've only missed nothing. That's good. I'm happy with that. GV, red team south spawn against E7, blue team north spawn. I think E7 come in as the favourites, at least on paper, into this particular fixture. E7 making some pretty slow progress. 57 pixels, getting spots over. He's going to tag up Nub Itch. Nub Itch also spotting 57 pixels. Ho Chi Minh sat in the back looking for where 57 pixels is. We're going to see a cap lead early on for GV. They've sent Tokyo and Doha in to see E7 will trade that cap lead for a pretty safe cap on A, and they're going to use 57 pixels with his pumpkin hat to get information out wide. Cap lead, GV red. Positional advantage, E7 blue. E7 with the high ground. The trick for GV is going to be capping off B, and I don't think they'll be able to. There's a really nice position here. It's M4X is in a really nice... He can cover B. Nubic won't be able to get round. And also Max... I'm going to call him Max. Oh no! Somebody made a boo-boo. Professor got spotted, or was he spotted, or was that blind? Either way, that is a lot of hit points gone. Almost a 1k HP lead now for E7. That's not huge, but having the Vickers within sort of yo clip range is not good. That is really not good. The Vickers is the one tank on both teams. It's the mobile element. It's that kind of that late game cap control. Professor and 57 pixels are going to be truly pivotal pieces for each team in terms of controlling cap pressure later on, getting information. Where GG getting found out though, where GG does have a bit of defilate here, looking to tag Professor, not finding him. And look at this lovely little gun line. Tokyo, Doha, Berlin, looking for cross shots deep through the city. E7 do have to make a move though. They've got a slight hit point. Oh no, E7 have actually, they've got not a big hit point lead now. It's maybe 200 HP in it. They're having to rotate. Max hasn't moved. Milkshake does it Rose, and Tank Pro stacking. Maybe they're looking for, I mean, options for E7 are find a tank, kill it to flip the cap points later on. Go for a kill game, but I think as we're passing 600 cap points, 700 cap points even, I think that is becoming less and less likely. The closer we get to 1000 cap, the more likely the game is going to balance on kill cap swaps or getting B, because the cap is 40 behind for E7. E7 are making a move. Desert Rose and the 113 Bronze Warrior will be backed up. Oh, Max is gone. Desert Rose now looking to get shots into Nubic. Oh! Doesn't connect. And E7 are making their move. GG, Nuggies, 57 pixels. Nuggies now coming in. Nubic is the call. Nubic isolated. We're going to have to see Berlin, Tokyo, and Doha push in. Nubic down, cap lead. E7. Berlin, Tokyo, and Doha are now focusing Desert Rose. Desert Rose, not long for this world. Doha will clip off with Tokyo. Tank Pro holding on. 57 pixels down. And I think, barring, oh, there we go. Berlin in the IS-7 removed from play. Milkshake really out of position. Milkshake isolated. E7 not committing their forces effectively. GV, red team, capping B. They just need to consolidate. Capricorn looking for Tank Pro. Ho Chi Minh's down. Max looking to counter cap, stop the cap on A, but I think he's inadvertently going to give GV at a slight advantage. Capricorn's down. Red still, it's 3 guns on 3, but Red still holding on to a cap advantage. They're almost capping off B. Tank Pro in trouble. Professor could make a run for A here. He has no enemy Vickers, but he doesn't need to. He stayed in support. And GV edging out E7 in a tremendous battle of wits. Really, really lovely. A super lovely counter push by Doha, Tokyo, and Berlin. Poor Berlin, the IS-7, not really able to get out too much damage, but the 50 Bs proving why they are valid in the meta, hustling from that far C cap straight through the city into B. And Nubic was burnt down pretty quickly, but it cost E7 position. They got a lot of tanks in a bad spot, and they didn't engage effectively. And GV, we're going to be pretty happy with that performance. E7 have got a lot of a lot of points to take home and think about. Catastrophic Cannon likes the new. Thank you for appreciating the new animation for switching windows. I saw it online. It was a bargain, absolute bargain. I think I could get the animation pack for like €20 or something. You got the loading, like the be right back, the starting soon, and the little switches and some other things. It's so much easier than thinking of those things yourself. Just plug and play little video elements. 30 seconds left. We're going back into Black Goldville. GV will be playing from the north spawn this time. E7 will be playing from the south spawn. E7... Ooh, bringing an extra yo. 3 yos. Switching out 57 pixels in the Vickers to the FE 4202, which I kind of like that approach. Professor sticking in the Vickers. No real changes to the... No changes at all, in fact, to the GV lineup. E7 making some minor adjustments. And I think E7 looks like GV are quite comfortable getting cap lead and holding it. E7 may have to bear that in mind. I think E7, they'll want to get cap lead this time. I don't think they want to be playing that cap deficit battle again. Certainly, GV have shown that they've got pretty good plans for holding on to the cap lead. Fastest man on the field is Professor in the Vickers, the only light tank. His opposite number is actually an FE 4202. Potentially the 4202 can wreck the Vickers face head to head. Professor getting some spots early on, spotting up 57 pixels and max DRV. Everyone going up. Nubic, mirror spot of where he was before. Desert Rose and the Kranwagen. Kind of where max DRV was. Desert Rose, though, is now potentially going to take a big hit. Yes, 379. That is not ideal. Nubic feeling confident. Not feeling confident. Not going for the cap. GV strong. On the corner, we've got Milkshake, max DRV, and E7 are bleeding hit points. They are... Ooh, max DRV. Not good. This is not good. Not good. He's picked up some key bounces. We're GG, and the hit points are just falling off E7 as they're trying to get up here. Get position. Milkshake pushing in. And it's a great move by GV. What they've done is they've pushed. They pushed in. Now they're all sitting back reloading. We've clipped into a wall, which is interesting. And oh, now we're stuck. Excellent. Let's teleport. Yeah, the hit points here are hugely in the favor. And Milkshake that's the dynamic track coming into play. That saved them some hit points, but I think E7 have massively, massively choked on this one. They are in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble indeed. GV, very healthy. 3k HP lead. Although E7, though, are focusing down Doha and Capricorn. They're closing that gap. Pixels is down for E7. It's a gun leads for GV. GV are rallying. They've also got the A cap. Berlin in trouble. Berlin down. Guns equal. Hit points 2-1 though in the favor of GV. GV just have to keep squeezing. Nuggies is the call. Nuggies getting focused. Ho Chi Minh with a shot. Capricorn hitting max DRV. Nuggies going down to Professor in the Vickers. Professor sitting back looking for shots. He's going to look for a kill shot into the IS-4. Will find it. Milkshake and Tank Pro, last 2 men on the field, 2-on-5. This one is one and done. GV looking very comfortable here. Very comfortable indeed. Tank Pro taking down one. It's a 1-on-4. The enemy is in front of him, apart from Nubic. Nubic just crawling up from B. The VK was pretty much not even in the fight. Oh, and it's Ho Chi Minh taking down Tank Pro 7. And GV with a comfortable win, and the issue was E7. They bled so much. I mean, an incredible amount on the push up to the caves just above the A cap. I mean, That was huge. Huge, 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 huge. Oh! And this is the lower bracket. We're straight in. Good lord. I'm glad I was here. I'm glad we didn't go away to something else. This is Dynasty's Pearl. We've got 4 minutes. We're ready. We're going to let these guys sort that out. But you can see, yeah, I mean, comfortable 7.3k HP lead inflicted. 4 guns on the table. GV just eating E7 in that one. So let's just remind ourselves, Dynasty's Pearl. Dynasty's Pearl, and a very, I mean, Black Goldville is one of the sort of the larger maps. Lots of real estate, especially deep in the spawns, if you consider that area too. Dynasty's Pearl, one of the smaller maps. Certainly, everything is quite compact on Dynasty's Pearl. And whereas with Black Goldville, there is kind of distinct fighting areas. There is that to a certain extent in Dynasty's Pearl, but it's a lot easier. There's not a tremendous amount of gradient. Probably the steepest part of the map is up here. There's a few sort of elevations here to play with, but the map is made up of very low resistance city terrain, like clear roads, not a lot of destructible cover to kind of bump up tanks along the way. There's a little bit of Ridge-esque fighting kind of on these ramp areas. Certainly around C, you can have some good hold-down mechanics. But I think with the heavy sort of yo meta that we're seeing, I'm anticipating the key area to be this sort of AB and tanks trying to use burst DPM to get intelligent flanking. The team that overcommits is in trouble. And as that's what we saw, the great farming from GV on E7, then E7 overcommitting kind of in dribs and drabs, and I think in Dynasty's Pearl that could be pretty critical. His teams might end up biting off more than they can chew if they think they have a numerical advantage, and then suddenly 2 or 3 yo tanks pop around a corner you weren't expecting them. So, you know, there's all of these things to think about. So let's just hop into our mid-strats page now. Ooh. So Laos will have beaten King. So King go out in group 4. The King have gone out in 4th. Laos E7. The winner of this match will at least advance to the 3rd stage. So this match is probably the most important. The winner of this will face GV in the finals. But the outcome of that finals result is less important in terms of cup acquisition as a result of this one, because the loser of this, their run in PYS 2 on the Asia server ends. So Laos, double mouse, quadruple yo, and a 113. There's a lot of heavies there. E7, triple yo, batch tempo. This is key. This tempo in the bat chat is either going to pay dividends for E7 or is going to be a huge liability. I mean, that is a sort of anticipating cat pressure, late game maneuvering shenanigans rather than a head-to-head brawl. So Laos can come into this initial fight, wherever it breaks down, Laos know that they have a head-on advantage. The VK7201K, I can't drive that thing to save my life. Quite literally in the last couple of games I played, most recently, to get the new camo. But I think it's, and the 50B, I mean the 50B is mobile. E7 come in with a mobility. E7 are the more mobile force, Laos are the heavier force in this scenario. The question is like, whose strat's going to win out? Laos though are easily committed to the AB area. E7 have got options for C. Laos might try and anticipate the bat chat, quick capping C, but that split of forces versus a more mobile opponent could be so detrimental. There's so many things to consider. Let the games begin. Oh, thank you, Martin. I will have a look at the claw thumb sock picture. Laos E7, the teams fighting to proceed in this best of 3 series, fighting to make their way into the 3rd stage, but also before that, the winner to face GV in the finals, Group 4 PYS Day 2 Asia server. We might get into the game in time. Success. Great success. Very nice. Blue team, E7 North Spawn. Laos, red team, South Spawn. Lots of speed boosts on the go from Laos. And they are... Oh! Color me confused. They are not going for that telegraphed A position. They are sending their bronze warrior, Beksu. They're sending Beksu straight into C. And Tempo with the gutsiest A cap I think I've ever seen in my entire life. And that is a vitally important reset. Who got that reset? Someone got a reset on C. That's giving them more cap lead. GG looking for the reset, doesn't get it. Milkshake doesn't get the reset. And it is a 50 cap point lead to E7. Big hit into Liski from Max in the VK7201K. E7 now can sit back, dig in. And this is an interesting dynamic because E7, the lighter, more mobile force, have the cap lead and are defending the city, whilst Laos, the heavier, less mobile force, are in the medium flank and need to push it. And that is a huge disadvantage for Laos because they are going to be pushing into a force that's going to be better, more reactionary than them. Nuggies and Fries teeing off one shot at least into Rome, the sussy backer. And Rome trying to get some shots off, not finding. Nuggies is still spotted. Hit point lead, hit points neck and neck, but the red team have lost more hit points. They've traded poorly. Laos had an HP advantage and they are now at an HP deficit. It's not a huge HP deficit, truth be told, and Tempo being very careful because Tempo is very soft and squidgy. This is a good example of being careful. It's reversing into danger in order to be able to drive forwards away from it. Some intelligent play indeed from the bat chat. Just getting information, just enough information to know there's no one there. And sometimes that can be enough information, but he's rotating back now round. I love this map because the free cam can get so darn high.
Welcome to the swamp.
Welcome. Oh god, no, I can't say it. Welcome, cow. I am not going to attempt the pronunciation of that name. I apologize. I hope you understand. Desert Rose in the mouse. Pivotal role. Desert Rose is the anchor for the entire E7 force. Proxy spotting. I think Liski is unspotted. Liski is unspotted. Desert Rose the only tank spotted on the field. Really? Liski still unspotted. Keeping an eye on the mini-map. Looks like Laos are stacking for a push. They are. Exo, Manya, Rome, and the horny Laos. Sussy, horny, Manya, and Exo pushing up. E7 using that mobility, counter-pushing. They got the spots in. They saw the Yo push, and they're barreling in. And the mouse, Liski, getting focused. And where GG will find it. And Laos, do they have the guns? Well, they've taken down Desert Rose, both mouse tanks down, which is hilarious. We are seeing Nuggies and Fries capping off C. A is not being contested. Tank Pro in trouble. Manya and Rome, well, Rome the sussy back and now counter-capping A. Manya should be able to take down Tank Pro. Tank Pro will have them on the reload even before sussy backer. Tank Pro, can they get that reset? Yes, they can. Important, very important reset. Tank Pro will go down, but they bought E7 time. E7 5, Laos 4. Cap points hugely in the favor of Blues. E7 with C. They're also getting A. XO in trouble. The horny Laotian hanging on. Max DRV just saying, damn it, shoot me. Take my hit points. Tempo playing fast and loose. Looking for shots from the side. Playing an intelligent game. Do they have a shot? No, not connecting. Was that a connection? Looking for another shot. Will find it. And that is a GG for E7. And that is exactly what I was talking about with the interesting scenario where E7 were the defending force with a higher level of mobility, because Laos had to push in with a mobility deficit, which meant that as soon as E7 were aware of them pushing from one flank, they could counter push through another, and E7 just as soon as they said, like, you know what, the majority of Laos's forces are no longer stacked behind B, they went straight in for the gut and took down Liski in the mouse. And there's going to be a lot of changes, and that's a really Dynasty's Pearl with this current meta was a really nice dynamic. We had a little bit of rotation, a little bit of standoff play, nice counter push. It's good. E7 made a great read by E7 to push through the B cap. That was superb. Whew. We've got 43 seconds. Looks like E7 are sticking with the mantra, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're bringing pretty much exactly the same lineup, same people in the same tanks. Sticking with that mobility. Laos are mirroring, but they're taking a Yo instead of a 50B. And is Beksu going to take the bat chat? I don't know. I mean, like, if that's a strat that they've tried before and works for them, then good on them. But I think if they're just copying E7 for the sake of copying E7, it could backfire tremendously, because Tempo played that bat chat really, really well. Really well, getting information, staying out of the brawl, not getting just, like, deleted off the field. It's a 3-minute delay, 3-minute delay, 3-minute delay. Three-minute delay. Laos. Red team north spawn, E7 blue team south spawn. E7 leading Laos 1-0 in this best of 3. Match point to E7. And Beksu making the quick run for C. Is this a bold quick cap? Is it a bold quick cap? Beksu with some pretty ropey driving. Beksu, Laos with the cap lead. And we have seen E7 not play brilliantly with the cap deficit. Is Tempo. Laos going outside again, E7 going inside, but the difference is Laos now have the cap lead. It's a very small cap lead, but it's a breathing room. It's a cap lead of 10. Which is maybe a 3 or 4 second cap stop to flip it. E7 will have to be pretty nimble here. This is the same E7 with the city, Laos with the medium flank. But E7 now at a disadvantage, because although they have some good position, they are now the more squishy force, having to make the push into the more dominant defensive force. Laos... EXO getting wide. Tempo, look at this. Using that light tank spotting range in the maximum, giving themselves the most distance possible. Desert Rose making the play in the mouse. Beksu. Rome, the sussy backer gets tagged. That'll be the VK. Max DRV says good morning. And where GG tagging the sussy backer. The sussy backer now pushing through B. I think that could be a mistake. He's chasing a faster tank. He might get an HE roll for 4-4-3, but I think B would have been more important than that damage. Although there is Beksu, where GG having to barrel through, trying to get in with the team. Where GG now with 900 damage. Kind of out of position. I don't know. The hit points are in the favor of Laos. Where GG's in trouble. Exo Athena looking to drop where GG. Max DRV down. Laos coming out strong. We could be seeing our first tiebreak of this evening. It's a gun advantage. Manya in trouble. It's a 2-gun advantage. Laos receiving the push from E7 pretty well. Kalami corrected, but I think it was a good call by Laos's mouse to go chase where GG in the Yo. Tank Pro now in the wrong kind of party, in the wrong kind of position. Liski will get taken down by Milkshake. 2 on 4, 2-1 HP lead for Laos. Who? Ah! Wait a minute! I didn't see that name before. Who the FK are you? It gets my commentator's choice award, and Desert Rose getting burnt down by who the FK are you? Who the FK are you with the kill shot? Oh, Bexu with the kill shot. Amazing. Laos, yeah, Laos receiving that push really, really well. Tempo not getting... Wow, look at the disparity. Tempo, I mean, not even getting a clip off, and Bexu getting almost 4. A world of difference between the bat chats. But Laos, as soon as they had that cap lead with the heavier force disposition, they were sat in an immediately advantageous position. That was superb. That was genuinely superb. But now we change up tack completely. We go to Winter Malinovka, and your guess is as good as mine. Winter Malinovka is a very different kettle of fish. Can I get a different color? Can I get a red? Yeah, boom. That's clearer. 50 seconds to go. We're ready. That is good. Winter Malinovka, I'm expecting some... What we see on the EU server typically is some really good sort of heavy anchoring play around here, looking for control of B, maybe to kind of defend the approach up into the various TD plays. More from the south spawn, this is a great TD spot, heavy tank spot. I don't really see as much of that from the north spawn. And it is a tiebreaker, so the teams only get this map once. The winner gets the third stage. There's a lot of pressure riding on both teams for this game. There's only 4 PYS series. Making the third stage pretty much every single time is going to be vitally important for each team, for their maintaining their chance at making the top 8. So this is really a do or die. Looking at the force compositions, we are seeing some mouses which we will expect to be kind of holding that sort of central area around B. But, my goodness me, the Sussy backers in the Vickers, tempos in the Batchat, 4 Yos, 3 Yos, 113. I think the double mouse for E7, I don't know, man. It's going to give them a nice little HP advantage. E7 will come into this, oh, not even that, actually, not even that nice. Not even that nice, truth be told. Laos, red team, north spawn, E7, blue team, south spawn, E7, the heavier, less mobile force. They've got double mouse 113, Batchat backed up by 3 Yos, Laos with a single mouse, quadruple Yo, 113, and a Vickers, and I think the Vickers would be my preferred choice. The view range on that thing, superb! Sussy backer, bouncing the shot. Cap lead, tempo, and nuggies and fries. 113 Batchat, quick capping A safely. Laos will get the high ground. Bexu coming around the corner, clear and safe, backed up by XO and Huda FKRU. They're gonna have nice. Laos have got nice control here. Where GG will spot them. And Exo Athena getting hit pretty hard. It's a nice hit point lead for E7. E7 are still in this one. Desert Rose, and this is nice. This is where the double mouse could be a huge correct call for E7, because Desert Rose and Max DRV can push on to B. Exo Athena now potentially in trouble. Nuggies and Fries with the cross shots. Although maybe Laos want E7 to take the bait, because Exo Athena is going to go down for Laos. But where GG is in a lot of trouble. He is in the kind of trouble that you can only get when you get pushed by lots of people, the 113 takes a bounce. Exo, DXNG will take a hit. Bexu with another shot. GG going down. Exo Athena's already been burned. Double cap going on for Desert Rose. Getting the cap. Max DRV and Milkshake. No, Desert Rose. They're not going for the double cap. There is a nice solid 3k cap lead. Really good hit point lead, sorry, for E7. Max DRV and Desert Rose have to take the fire. Sussy Backer getting burnt down by Tempo and Nuggies and Fries. E7 looking strong. Laos on the back foot here. They had a huge overcommittal, but where GG held on long enough, and it sucked enough of the Laos players out, and it's now a, yeah, this one is surely all over. Laos trying to take down Milkshake. In comes Nuggies and Fries. Oh, it doesn't quite get a ram kill, but Desert Rose will say boop and goodbye. Bexu and Huda FKRU. Huda FKRU doesn't quite get Tank Pro on the reload. Now Bexu is the last one standing, 1 on 5. This is another opportunity. If they win this, I'll buy them Discord Nitro for a year. But I don't think they can do it. They can't. It's a hollow gesture. that was an unachievable point. And nice read by E7. Nice pressure coming straight up through the A-cap back into Laos' spawn, using the mouse tanks as a very effective anchor indeed. And now it is E7 versus GV. E7 versus GV in the finals of Group 4. Let's just check the maps. This is still a best of 3. New Bay is the call. I'm sure I've got a New Bay map here. Here's one I made earlier. Yeah, there I do. Boom. Let's go mid strats. And here we are. This is New Bay by any other name. Let's see. Yeah, it's better. So New Bay is, well, I'm intrigued. The south spawn on New Bay has, at least in public matches, has got an advantage on the C. It's got a much better approach on not only C, because you don't have to go through. It's a much better approach to C, and then it's a much better access and control of this, like, park terrain here. And I think south spawn, at least in public matches, there is a huge advantage for going C. Conversely, north spawn, it's better going A. You've got better options on A. At least only because your B option is really not great. Like, I'm expecting some control points, certainly from the south spawn. This is a really important part of the map. There we go, that's good. This is a really important part of the map for making sure that you've got a nice sight range there for people coming from B into the city area. I'm wondering, we've seen both teams playing to quite a high level. Looks like E7 are taking Jagdpanzer E100. Which is, I mean, I don't know. I think GV's lineup here, I hugely prefer GV's lineup. The E50M is solid. It's a great sort of, if heavy tanks play a bit like heavyums, then medium tanks that play like heavies are like Medivis. At least that's how I refer to them in my mind. And I think the E50M is the ultimate Medivi, because like it really can play pretty well. Like the front plate's a bit of a liability, but it's mobile. You can pick up some really good bounces. It's great at ramming. It's a good city contender. It looks like E7 might not be taking the Jagdpanzer E100. I would be really. I mean, the Jagdpanzer E100 is just so slow and ponderous. Slaps hard, but I don't really see it. I don't see it having. I don't see it being used well, shall we say? So, lineup wise, both teams stacking aggressive. Tempo flexing the Sheridan missile. Which you can't bring to a tournament, thank God. And I wonder, with a minute to go, GV's lineup is pretty solid. The IS-7 Berlin, we know he can drive the IS-7 well. The E50M, Professor we've seen play light tanks, medium tanks for GV exceptionally well. This core of Yos, both teams. E7 maybe leaning on the extra Yo, but both teams bringing a Mouse, Nubic, and Max DRV respectively. Good calls, good calls. The Mouse is a solid choice on this map, especially. It was less of a good call in last year or the year before's meta when like things were a bit faster paced. The DPM of the Yo meta is fast paced, but the positioning and the rotation speed is slower. So although the initial engagements can be faster, kind of flanking options and opportunities are less, and certainly that makes the Mouse especially more viable, especially because it can soak up punishment. You can bounce the Yo, and the Yo, it's not as bad as a Kranwagen in terms of like low DPM, but it's also not brilliant. Interesting to see tournament teams are actually leaning more towards the 3-shot Yo, because not only its burst damage is not as pronounced as the 2-shot Yo, the 2-shot gun on the Yo, but it has about 500 more DPM, and in a tournament setting, that is pretty big. So I mean, we can take a look. There's 7 Yos on the field, and we can see how many shots those Yos have got. So this is the grand final group for both of these teams are advancing to the 3rd stage of the PYS 2 on the Asia server. But only one of them can be the king of this group today. Similar lineups, very similar lineups. Slight differences here, but there's nothing no huge disparities. More burst damage for E7. Maybe we'll get into the game. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll look at this loading screen forever. Hey, we're only 7 minutes late. That's cool. And as predicted, GV, red team, North Spawn playing aggressively for A. And E7 not overcommitting C. Maybe I'm just out of touch with the tournament meta on this map. Ooh, Ho Chi Minh! Oh, Ho Chi Minh getting tracked. Berlin in trouble. That's some nice damage done. It's some good trading. E7 trading effectively. Nubic pushing through the city. Nubic and Max DRV could have a clash of the Titans. Big mouse party there. Let's have a look at our Yos. Those 3 Yos are 3 shots. That Yo's a 2-shot. That Yo's a 3-shot. That Yo's a 3-shot. And this Yo is a 3-shot. So there's 6 out of 7 Yos with 3 shots, and GV are pushing aggressively early on onto E7. And E7, their forces are really... Where is E7? E7's got 4 tanks here. They've got Nuggets and Fries behind, but Tempo's coming into the back of Nubic. This is bad. This is really, really bad for E7. Although GV seem to be coming out worse. It's a gun advantage. Desert Rose in trouble. Berlin goes down. I don't fully understand how E7 have managed to hold on and turn this round. I think GV just had such a huge... And we've just lost Desert Rose. Very quick turnaround. GV with an initial numerical advantage, but Nuggies and Fries and Tempo coming in from behind. It's a 4-on-3, no caps, no cap game. Tempo in the Vickers looking for Ho Chi Minh. Will have an easy kill shot here. And now he's on the back of Doha and Capricorn, and GV. Yeah, this one is not GV's game. Doha getting bullied by Max DRV. And it was a good plan by GV to push, but E7 just somehow managed to come out on top in terms of the trading. Max DRV bullying Doha. And it'll be Tempo with another kill shot. And that Vickers had a huge game, absolutely huge. Yeah, 3.3. Yeah, the flanking from E7, although Desert Rose, Tank Pro, and 57 Pixels got swiftly deleted, We can see Nubic really choked in the central area. E50, even Professor in the E50M had a. I mean, that's pretty. If your medium tank is getting off like one shot of damage, something has gone wrong, or rather, the enemy has done something really, really right. That's match point now to E7 in this best of 3. But Professor seems pretty confident back in the E50M. Tokyo in the 50B. We've dropped this GV, one substitution, one vehicle substitution, dropping a Yo for a 50B. E7, can't see them making any sort of significant alterations here, although Tempo has just popped into a VK7201K, which is quite a big change. Now, is that lack of mobility, is that going to be a problem? Max DRV, main man in the mouse. Pixels, Milkshake, Tank Pro are in the Yos. Desert Rose going into the Vickers. So they are staying the more mobile, although they're equally... Actually, no. GV are now the more mobile force. The IS-7 more mobile than the VK, but certainly a light and a 50B versus a medium and a 50B. I wonder if both teams we're going to see that kind of like magnetic pull towards the A cap again, or if teams are going to be a bit more standoffish. There was an initial, and that's a perfect example of when GV committed to the push on A, E7 had to commit to the counter push, and we had just a massive, messy brawl on the sort of the bridge area above the A cap. It's just a dynamic of Blitz games sometimes. If you don't commit, you lose. But E7 managed to trade very effectively throughout the initial and mid part of that engagement, which gave them the edge to quite comfortably dispatch the last of GV. Now, GV, red team, south spawn, up against E7, blue team, north spawn. Potentially the final game of this evening's proceedings, unless GV can take it to a tiebreaker. Where's that super fast one? Professor in the E50M roaring will get spotted. Tall. Desert Rose out spotting. And the Vickers just doing all of the legwork for none of the danger. Superb play. Hit points neck and neck. Tokyo hanging back. Nubic going for the same role in the Mouse 313. And we're seeing Tempo and Max DRV, the big German pie-eating heavies, going. Nubic will miss. Capricorn and Yo. Oh no. Ho Chi Minh bleeding, and it's a solid trading advantage. And Doha, Capricorn will be looking to take down 57 pixels. 57 pixels hanging in there. Berlin looking for the kill shot. Does Berlin have the kill shot? He does. GV are still in this one. GV now have the hit point lead. They made a very aggressive play, but can they hold on to it? Nuggies and Fries in the backfield again on a drum reload. Tokyo potentially to harass Nuggies and Fries in issues. Capricorn down. Berlin sort of out of position. Professor looking to outbrawl the Tank Pro, potentially can. Certainly has the DPM, has to now land all of these shots. This could be key. This could be key. Nuggies and Fries down. It's a gun lead. Well, it was a gun lead to GV. Hit point still in the favor of GV. Professor will be on a one shot. Absolutely has to take down Tank Pro. This is pivotal. This is absolutely pivotal. He needs this kill shot. If he doesn't get this kill shot, he is in all sorts of difficulties. Oh no, Tank Pro potentially. No, he's been shut down. Doha came in, and it is a gun advantage now to GV. Hit points are still very close. Desert Rose. Oh, there goes Tokyo. Tempo down. Vickers has to will take a hit. No, Nubic on the reload. Very, very healthy Max DRV. Full health. Ho Chi Minh low. This is going to be the first game this evening that we're seeing. Doha going to chase. They're going to chase the Vickers. Desert Rose in trouble. No, they're not chasing the Vickers. That is Max DRV playing his absolute heart out. Big hit. 5-1-18 into Ho Chi Minh. The Vickers has to get this shot. Oh, it's not enough. Oh, does Desert Rose survive? Desert Rose does survive. Nubic is a one-shot. Ho Chi Minh is a one-shot. Doha's low. Max DRV is really healthy. That mouse, I think GV made a huge mistake not just dialing in and trying to kill Desert Rose and the Vickers. Max DRV picks up another critical bounce. Nubic is there. Nubic is side-scraping. Doha will be looked to get shots down flank. Can he do it? Where's Desert Rose? Desert Rose is going to be looking. Desert Rose knows where Nubic is. Nubic was spotted. Desert Rose was spotted. Oh, that was close. That was close. That was close. Doha looking for shots downfield onto Max DRV. Max DRV going to have to angle up soon. Knows that Doha's looking for those shots. Doha with a good angle. Doesn't have the gun depression. Can't find it. Will get a shot off. Won't get a shot off. Oh, Max DRV misses. That's critical. Nice bounce. C's been capped off by the Vickers. Another bounce. Good angling. Oh, it's a big hit. It's 488. Max DRV. Doha's on a reload. DRV pushing. Trying to angle up those cheats. Picks up another bounce. Can Max DRV pull it off? Oh, it's a high roll. 460. Doha's got one shot. He needs it. He needs it to connect. It does, but it's a low roll. 296. Ah, run away. Oh, he's 7. An amazing combination play by Desert Rose against all odds. Desert Rose and Max DRV from E7 with just superb performances. Can we talk about how good that mouse driving was from Max DRV? Like, that was beautiful. That makes my little tanker heart sing. That was some glorious driving against the that Yo. Desert Rose, intelligent play, really, I mean, some terrifying stats on both of these guys, but some really intelligent play. Beautiful comeback by E7 on that one. And that is it. They are the champions of Group 4, and I am so happy. Oh my goodness me. Oh man, I'm an emotional wreck. I can't believe it. That was good. That was good. What's happening here? Okay, that's all of that. That was good. I'm just keeping an eye on the chat now, 3 minutes in the future, to make sure that there's no spoilers. Oh my goodness me. What's in the box? Give me the box. Yay. Hello. That is some glorious. I honestly, that the ending of that last game, man could not ask. Man could not ask for more. Really, really and truly. That was wonderful. That's what we're here for. That is just superb. Absolutely superb. Second stage, show all groups. Oh, we're still waiting on some results. That's pretty cool. Oh my goodness me. So we've still got 2 results to come. We're still waiting on Feast ID. Yeah, we're still waiting on Feast ID and Ho versus NQE7. Mate, I am sorry. Because I've got the window over here. I've got a screen over here, and I can see the like what you're watching live. So it's like 3 minutes in the past. Oh my god. Ah, such a good game. I can't believe it. It's such a good game. Anyway, so we can talk about Group 1. Let's see. Give me the groups. Group 1, RN with just a clean sweep to victory. HLV beating Dur on the tiebreaker, then losing to RN, then beating Dur again. Poor Salman Saad just getting 4-0'd out of the tournament, and then HLV oh my god, HLV losing to RN 2-0 twice, which is a bit tough. But they beat Dur twice, so you know what goes around comes around. Let's see we're still waiting on that result. Let's see, can we refresh this? Is there any results yet to come?
Welcome to the swarm.
Welcome, who was that? The Pig Puffins. Hello, Pig Puffins. Oh. Yeah, I have to admit, I'm just reading the chat. I really don't understand why GV went for the mouse. Like that was really. That was really. I mean, maybe they thought they couldn't catch it. The Vickers is pretty rapid, and they didn't want to like. They didn't want to. Oh, I don't know. I think GV could have won that if they'd gone for the Vickers first. And then kind of like just everyone like triple teamed the mouse afterwards. However, they didn't, and it was ultimately it doesn't sort of really affect the result overall, shall we say? Can I see the results? Can I see the brackets? Show me the brackets. Second stage. Show all groups. Oh, we're still waiting on results. Fine. Maybe it'll be in here there'll be some results. Faced Cucumber Cult, still playing ID. That's going to be going to a tiebreaker. I would love to be a fly on the wall in that match. And NQE7 still playing Ho. So you know what we're going to do is we're going to find a replay and then we're going to hang around here until those results come in. And then we can end the stream. Let's see what we got here. Oh. There's just some really disgustingly high damage replays here. Y'all so good. Y'all so good. Oh no, it's been an update, hasn't it? Has there been an update? Will it still work? Ooh, we got a replay from Endgame. Is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? No, it's not gonna work. We tried. I think we're gonna have to. Categorically embarrass ourselves. Now, what do I feel like playing? God. Let's not play ratings. Let's not play ratings. Let's play this. Let's see how we go. Damn it, I'm out of coffee. We're top tier at least. Let's go. Maybe if we get let into the game. Like, before the battle actually kicks off. No, I think we should go to A. I honestly have no idea what everyone else is going to do.
Let's go!
Oh, yeah, I'm still in tutorial mode. Stay close to allies to quickly destroy enemy tanks. Oh, right, gee. Thanks, game. Hey, look at that, my ping's below 200, he says. Moments before disaster. I don't understand how I missed that.
Enemy armor is damaged. Punched right through their armor. We hit them hard. Enemy is hit. That one bounced.
Oh, that was done.
Target.
Do I haven't pipped on the reload? I think I do.
Penetration. Enemy armor is destroyed. That's gotta hurt. Nice shot. They're knocked out. Punched right through their armor. Enemy is hit. Enemy is hit.
It's not bad. It's not bad. 200 ping is tricky, but it's not bad. Hey, good job. Good job. Oh, I only get 2 upvotes. Legendary avatars. Wow, I don't care. Missions. Yay. That's great job. The reward is yours. 300 free XP. Wow. I'm rich. I'm rich, I tell you. Nah, you good. Okay, let's see. Let's see them tournament results now. Night Nemesis says, I hope you don't get ammo wreck rolling. You jinxing? You jinxing person. How dare you? How very dare you? I say. Let's see. Add results in. Matches, brackets, show me the money. Oh, second stage. Show groups. Alright, cool, the results are in. I can go here. So we can see that E7, that's the game we followed. E7 beat Can I? Am I in the way? Why am I in the way? Oh, not in the way anymore. Now it's over here. Ta-da! Yeah. So we followed, of course, this one. So E7 beat GV 2-0. Ho beat NQE7 2-1. Feast losing to Instant Damnation 2-1. And RN beating HLV 2-0. So it's a pretty good thing. Let me see if the leaderboard has been updated to reflect the scores on the doors. I don't know if they have been, but certainly like. Well, let's see. What does it say? September 18th. Prove your skill 2. Yeah, so I think the cups are currently up to date. If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the top 8 looks pretty good. I mean, we've seen... Where's King? King played pretty well the first game we saw them. King are here. Okay, King of Hearts, just outside of the middle echelon. How threatening! I mean, if they have a good run, even NQE7, if these two teams have a good run in the third stage tomorrow, they could be on for something. Now I'm in the way of it. You know what? This is just. There you go. How about that? How about them apples? There you go. Sorted. I'm not in the way anymore. But EA, if I'm not mistaken, didn't even make the... Yeah, EA got knocked out in Group 3 of Stage 2. So this means EA are probably going to drop out of the top 8, and we'll see Ho or NQE7 come in. Laos as well. Laos also dropped out in this second stage. So definitely E7, GV, Feast, RN, HLV, and Team ID are solid contenders for the are solid contenders to the top 8 already. They're in the top 6 at the moment with quite a clear break on some of the other teams, and that's going to extend in tomorrow's stage 3 of the PYS. So I think those 6 will be very difficult to sort of unseat. So tentatively, I mean, I know we're not even halfway through yet, and anything could happen in PYS 3 and 4 on the Asia server. But tentatively, I would sort of be quite confident in ID, HLV, RN, Feast, GV, and E7 making it into the top 8. But we'll have to see, and they'll have to keep up this level of performance. And I think it's a nice the format that we have with the first and second stages, with the win rate seeding that we have, with it being best of 3 but double elimination small groups. Like I think teams, they have to be super unlucky at that. So for like top level teams have to have like a really bad, consistently bad run to not make the next stage, like the second stage at least. I think transitioning from the second to the third stage is a bit more unpredictable, shall we say. But anyways, I've had a cracking time streaming today for you on the Asia server. It has been a blast. I thoroughly enjoyed that last game between E7 and GV, and I think if we can have that sort of, maybe not the quality of the play of the Yos that decided not to chase the Vickers, but the quality of the play of the Vickers that got away, and Max DRV in the Mouse, like that level of play on the Asia server, I'm very impressed by, and I could watch that all day. So I'll be back, same time tomorrow. We'll be covering the final day of PYS 2 on the Asia server, and I'll also be streaming the final day of PYS 2 on the EU server in the evening tomorrow as well. So we've got 2 tournament streams for you tomorrow. Please do make sure to tune in. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do subscribe to the channel. If you haven't liked the video already, please do like the video. More importantly than all of that, if you're not yet on my Discord server, please come and join me. The link to my Discord is in the video description below. Anyways, this is Rolling Swarm signing out for now. Peace. Take care.